Hello and welcome back to Rough Cut Woodworking. In this particular video, we're going to show you how to do skins and fillers. First, let's identify what they are and where they are in the kitchen, so it gives you a little better idea of why we do it. Here's a plan of the kitchen that I'm demonstrating on, different pieces. So this is a top view. So if I'm looking straight down at the kitchen, this is it. So you can see we have the refrigerator, the oven, the sink cabinet, and the dishwasher over here. So I also broke it down into what's called elevation drawing. So if I'm looking at this side, this face of the kitchen, we would see this. So there's my refrigerator, a couple drawers, the oven, microwave, and so forth. So looking at this plan, here are the fillers. There's a small filler here against this wall. I never want to put a cabinet directly against the wall. Not only will the door hit the side, but it also limits me. If the walls aren't perfectly straight, it may not fit. So I always put a small filler where the fridge is. The other filler is going to be right here. There's a corner cabinet here. So remember, if I look at the top view, it's kind of a 45-degree angle corner cabinet. The oven and this door may hit each other. They get really close. So to keep that from happening, I put a small filler right here between them. That one happens to be 2 1/4 inches wide by the total height of the cabinet. All right, so those are my fillers. Skins, now I'm going to be looking at the other side of the kitchen. So I take a right, here's the window, the sink, and some other cabinets in the kitchen, the dishwasher. So we have floating shelves here. That's totally different. We're not going to worry about that today. But any exposed cabinets like this one, here's the window, so I'm going to see this side of the cabinet. We're going to put a skin. It's a simple piece of MDF or some other material that's the full length, and it sticks out just a little deeper than this cabinet. So there's a skin there, and this is also exposed, so I'm going to put a skin here. It's a bottom cabinet, so it's a little bit deeper than my upper cabinets. The only other skin I have, if I go back to my previous one, is this board right here next to the refrigerator. It actually cuts it off here so you can't see the side. We're kind of enclosing the refrigerator in its own little cocoon, so it sits inside this. So here's another skin. Now I've got all the measurements for those, and I will give those to you as you're making them. But that's all we've got in this particular kitchen. So now let's go make them. Here we are back at the panel saw. To be honest, you could do this on a table saw, but let's face it, MDF is very heavy. This is 3/4 inch material. It paints very well, which is the reason we use it for skins and fillers and that kind of thing, but it's heavy. So I like to use the panel saw given the choice. Now, this whole project is painted white. This particular one is white. So the question may come up, couldn't we just use white melamine and just edge band the edge with white? Yes, you could, but to me it looks cheap. It just looks cheap. That edge banding could peel off, and I don't like it. So I always like to paint or color match somehow the skins and fillers to match better with the rest of the kitchen. So here's my project, here's my pieces. I have my cut list just sitting on the side over here, so I know what I'm doing. Unlike melamine, MDF generally comes with decent edges, so I don't need to trim them off like I did before. So we're just going to use the edges that are there, and we'll get into sanding those down and painting it later on. So my first cut, I always start with the biggest one first. Okay, get the big one done. And that first one is the one that went next to the refrigerator, and that happens to be 92 inches long. This right here is 96 inches. It's actually 97, but they always give me an extra inch to cut, and 24.5 inches wide. So half that sheet is just going to be that one large skin. So let's go ahead and get that cut first. To cut this thing, I'm going to be cutting from the top down. Okay, so none of these tape measures are going to do any good. They're all from the bottom up. Okay, so since it's top down, I'm going to show you how to use this little gadget right here. There's another tape measure on the side, right here where my finger is. I unscrew this little latch, and this device will slide up and down. There's a little red stop here, and I'm going to put it to 24.5, which is what I was after. Right. Just got to get it just right there. Tighten it down, and this part swivels a little bit. And I set the top on top of the wood and lock in the saw, and then just swivel it back out of the way, and it's exactly at 24.5. Now that that piece has been removed, I'm going to cut it to length here in a second, but I've got this one in the way anyway. Another piece, that lower skin that goes on the lower cabinet, is also 24.5. Now fortunately, this MDF comes at 49 inches wide, so cut that in half and you've got 24.5. Minus the saw kerf, you're going to lose a little bit, so it's going to be a touch less than the 24.5 than I really want. That's okay. For a skin, as long as it sticks out more than 24, it's okay. I can live with that. So what's left here is about 24 3/8 or so, maybe a little more than that. Great, that's fine. Now I've got my good edge here and it's already cut to width. So all I got to do really is move it down, lift it up because my stop it's above it. So I have to lift the board up and just cut a length. Then we'll worry about the last skin. My last skin is 38, but it's only 12.5 wide. That's okay. Go ahead and cut your 38 and then we'll rip it to width later on. There's my last skin. All I need to do is cut the big one to length and I'm good to go. Now my next dilemma is that this piece needs to be 92 inches long. My saw doesn't go to 92 to the left. So what I have to do is move it down to another pin, the next pin down. So if I just move it down to here, there's my next pin, lock it in place. I've now added 40 inches from whatever this tape measure says. I've added 40 inches. So with 92 minus 40, I need 52 on the tape measure, which I think I can barely get to. No, 52, well, yes, 52 is like the maximum that it goes and it barely is on there. If you're afraid that it may not work or I need a piece that's longer than that and it doesn't go, move to the next pin down. Now you're subtracting 80. 82 minus 80, it would be 12. You'll just set it to 12 and make your cut there. Now I've got all my skins cut. Now we're going to do some fillers. Fillers are super easy. They're just single pieces of wood. There's no glue up or anything like that, and all we see is the face of them. So we don't even need to sand them after this because MDF is fairly smooth. So in this case, I have my cut list. I need one piece that's 1 inch wide and 20 inches long. So this was the cutoff of the board we just did with the fridge skin. And I always try my best to get the smallest board that'll do the job. That way we're not wasting. So set my table saw to 1 and cut that out, and then we'll do the other filler in a moment. The other one says 2 1/4 wide. Now we go cut them to length on the chop saw or the upcut, and they're ready to paint. Once we have all of your skins and fillers cut and so forth, we need to sand some of it so that it can take the color better. Now we use a primer and then a colored lacquer. But with MDF, the faces are fine. They're ready to go, so it doesn't need any sanding. But the ends and edges, they're going to be rough and they're going to soak that in quite a bit. So sanding it helps that to stop happening so it stays on the surface and is not much smoother. Now with this one is the refrigerator skin. think about what is going to be seen. You're going to see both faces. One of them's against the fridge, admittedly, but I usually spray that side as well. But the faces are fine. It's the front edge that we're going to see. The top and the bottom, one's on the floor and the other's up at the ceiling, so you don't see it. And the back edge, of course, is against the wall. So this is the edge that I cut on the saw. It's a much sharper, it's a better edge. This is the factory edge. So I'm going to put that edge against the wall, and we're going to sand this edge down. So easiest way is to just put it in, two of the vices on the end of the table, kind of clamp that in nice and tight so it doesn't move or tip. There we go. And we're just going to sand this edge. So you want to take a sander with some fine grit sandpaper on it, and we're just going to go down the edge. Now the trick on this is not to tip it. We don't want to round it off. We just want it nice and flat. I'll take off the sharp edges later on by hand, but we're just sanding it till it's as smooth as glass. Very good. Once that's done, I take a piece of regular sandpaper, the same stuff that I was using on the sander, and lightly sand the top again by hand. All right, so that's nice and smooth, and I can feel that. I don't feel a lot of defects. Now take the same sandpaper. We're just going to lightly knock off the sharp edges. Doesn't take a whole lot. I want it to look square, but I don't want it to feel sharp. That's the key. And we do the other side. All right, and I typically will knock off the sharp edges on all the edges. Even though I'm not going to lacquer them, it's easier to carry around. Pick up the sharp top corner and the bottom. There we go. And this is now ready for the lacquer room. We're going to do the same things to the other skins as well, the edges that we see. For the bottom toe kick, this is the bigger one, we have the same thing. We don't see the bottom, we don't see the top, we only see the front edge. So we're going to sand that front edge just like we did before. For the upper skin, we have exactly the same thing. Now, I could see the bottom edge if you stuck your head down and you're looking underneath the upper cabinets, but it's not common that that ever happens. So again, the front edge is the one that we're going to see. Sand it just like the others.